Hey everyone, welcome back. We're just a couple days away from UFC Fight Night, Cejudo versus Yadong, which means it's time for me to break down every single fight on this card, starting with early prelims, going all the way up to the main event of the evening. Last week, pretty good card, Cannonier versus Rodriguez. I think I went 8-4. Cannonier kind of spoiled the show at the end of the card. I had Rodriguez winning, parlay finisher as well, so unfortunate, but good win for Cannonier, turning back the clock. Got it done, 4th round TKO. Anyways, let me hop right into... I'm actually gonna... Oh, man. Gonna hop into the topology page here. Like the layout of it, a bit better. So, first fight of the night, we have Modestas versus Raffael Cerqueira. Modestas Bukauskas, he won his last fight against Marcin Prachnio. He got a 3rd round finish, looked pretty good in the fight as well. Cerqueira, his last fight, it was a short notice fight. It was Ibo Aslan, but he kind of just got backed against the fence and pieced up for 50 seconds until the finish happened. Like it was a pretty sloppy looking finish. Like he was just shelled up and Ibo Aslan just boom, 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 and the ref stopped it, obviously. So it didn't look too good for him, but that's his first loss, and I really don't know what to say about this fight, if I'm being completely honest. Modestas Bukauskas totally could win this one. What is the line that they have? Oh, yeah, Modestas is the minus 325 favorite. Yeah, Cerqueira did not look good last fight. I think I'm gonna go with Bukauskas for sure. I probably a KO, maybe a decision. Don't mind picking Modestas Bukauskas to go 3 rounds, because he's not like a crazy finisher or anything. But Cerqueira did not look good at all last fight, so I probably will say Modestas Bukauskas inside the distance is the official pick. So yeah. So this next fight we got Klein versus Mansur Abdul Malik. This, I think it's a kind of a cut and dry fight. Klein did get a finish on Contender Series. It was a quick finish. Shouting out John Jones after. Of course what a glazing. Mansur Abdul Malik. He's looked incredible though. Like he's had a UFC fight. He fought Dusko Todorovic. I mean, it's not an incredible win or anything, but took him out, did what he was supposed to in that fight. Klein, he's been finished before. He's been ground and pounded, TKO'd before. I don't think it's that hard of a pick. I'm going to say Mansur Abdul Malik gets it done against Klein. Going to go with a round 1 TKO win. Yeah, not going to spend much time on this one. I think, yeah, it's pretty cut and dry. Next fight, we've got Ricky Simón versus Javid Basharat. So, Ricky Simón versus Javid Basharat. A lot of people are picking Ricky Simón at the underdog price. I understand it. Javid lost his last fight, but people are acting like it was like a super dominant decision. It was like a close decision where Javid won the first round. The second round was razor. Like, it was down to a couple strikes. Javid outlanded Ayman in the second round. But the third round, Ayman clearly outlanded him. So they gave Ayman the decision, and it wasn't a split or anything, which I kind of was surprised about. But people are acting like it was like a crazy fraud checking, and it's like, it wasn't even that bad. Javid still looked good in the fight, showed off good, like, body kicks and like range management, and he still looked pretty good in the fight. People are acting like he looked like shit last fight. I don't understand it. It's like they didn't even watch it. But Ricky Simón, his last couple fights, he looked pretty bad. I get it's like Vinicius Oliveira. Where am I scrolling to? I'm trying to show you his losses here. It's like Vinicius Oliveira he lost to. It's like Mario Batista and Yadong. He's still losing to these guys, and it's like Vinicius Oliveira, I don't think, like, he's pretty good, but Javid Basharat, people are acting like he's trash. He's 14-1. He's 14-1. He's been pretty good in the UFC. He's outlanding most of these guys. He has 85% takedown defense. The real question is, I don't think Simon's going to be able to take him down that much. Maybe one or two times, but even the past couple fights where he's been able to get takedowns, he's still losing. He's still getting outstruck. And I don't think he's going to be able to outstrike Basharat on the feet. I don't think that at all. I think Basharat clears him. This is going to decision most likely, though, but this is going to be a dominant Basharat performance. Taking home the unanimous decision win. Javid Basharat is the pick, obviously. Ricky Simone, are you kidding me? Not a chance. Next fight we've got Nursulton Ruziboev versus Eric McConico. This is an interesting one. Very interesting. So this is a short notice fight, obviously. McConico getting the call. He's not in the UFC. This is a random dude. They're bringing in, they're giving him a UFC gear, and they're saying, "Have fun, buddy." Ruziboev, he was on a pretty good tear. He beat Dumas, he beat Bruno Ferreira, he beat. That's kind of it, but lost to Joaquin Buckley. It's a pretty good loss. It's not. Joaquin Buckley's pretty good, man. He beat Stephen Thompson. He beat Colby Covington. This loss is aging pretty good. McConico, he's been knocked out twice before. Ruziboev's gonna knock him out. We're gonna go with a Ruziboev round 1 knockout over this guy. He's probably not ready for the UFC. Probably getting brought in to get a highlight reel. Ruziboev's winning this fight. Next fight we've got Ion Cutelaba versus Ibo Aslan. Cutelaba, man, what a guy. See, this guy, he was hanging in there with Magomed Ankalaev, guys. This guy is no chump. I forgot he actually won his last fight. Ivan Urslan, forgot about that one. Felipe Lins, people forget, man. He knocked down Felipe Lins. He just didn't want to finish the fight. I don't mind Cutelaba, man. I kind of like him. He's a cool character. Shows up to the weigh-ins and Hulk, all the he paints his body greens, acting like the Hulk. Ibo Aslan, he's just like a big brute. I don't think this guy's too good. 14-1 though. His record speaks otherwise. He beat Raffael Cerqueira, the random guy I'm picking against him in the first fight. I'm probably gonna have to go with Aslan. Cutelaba's just he's on the way out, man. He's a below 50% fighter at this point. And he won his last fight, so you got to pick against him here. Aslan's been on a tear. He's gonna knock out Ion Cutelaba most likely. We're gonna go with an Ibo Aslan round 1 KO. Lock it in. Next fight we've got Andre Filli versus Melquizael Costa. So Andre Filli, his last fight, he beat Cub Swanson by a split decision, but I'm pretty sure by memory, Cub Swanson should have won that fight. Let me pull up the numbers here. It wasn't anything crazy. Actually, it wasn't anything crazy. Maybe I'm off here, but Cub Swanson first round, it was pretty close. It could have gone to either of them. Third round, depends your scoring criteria. I'd have to go back and rewatch it, but it looks like Cub Swanson outlanded him by 15 total strikes. There was a minute of control time to Andre Filli, but that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna pick Melquizael Costa. I think this guy's gritty, man. I don't understand why 80% of Topology's picking Filli. That doesn't really make sense to me. there's a 3-inch reach discrepancy here, and like Andre Filli is a good fighter, but he's 24-11. I know it's not a great record. 21-7 is not anything to write home about either, but like Thiago Moises and Steve Garcia, they're not terrible losses, and he's still like hanging in there with like good win over Nerdenbike, Austin Lingo, Junior. Yeah. I think Melquizael is gonna get it done though. This is like, I think he needs a win like this. This is a good. This would get him into a. This is a good win, you know, to get on your resume. I think he's gonna win this one. He's gonna say Costa. I could see a submission. I'm gonna pick Costa by round 2 or round 3 submission. I think that'll be the official pick, just to mix it up a little bit. Next fight. Oh, this one. So Alonzo Menifield versus Julius Walker. It's a short notice one. Who was Alonzo supposed to fight? I can't even. Oh yeah, he wasn't even booked. They just scheduled this fight because the fight was the card was falling apart pretty much. So both of them are short notice. Alonzo really wasn't kind of training for this card. He kind of just got called short notice, 5 days ago. It got booked. We don't know. Julius Walker, he's been fighting though. He's been active on the regional scene, getting fights in, getting his wins, looking pretty good. He beat Myron Dennis in his last fight and Bevon Lewis before that. Niall Bartling before that, and it's like December, November, June. Like, he's staying active. So that's only 2 months ago now, and he's already back in there. Like, I like the activity of Julius Walker. Alonzo Menifield's kind of at the end of his career. I don't want to say it, but 2 losses in a row, both by knockout. And that Carlos Ulberg one, we need to discuss something. He looked terrible in that. Like, I don't know what his game plan was, running at Carlos Ulberg in the first 10 seconds and just winging punches. Like, what do you expect to happen? He's a counterpuncher. He's going to put you out, buddy. I don't understand it. And Julius Walker, this guy, he's a good prospect. I think I'm going to take Julius Walker, is what I'm saying. I could see Julius Walker subbing him, maybe, if he gets his back. I'm going to pick Julius Walker to knock him out, though. I don't think Alonzo has, like, a good chin anymore, and I don't think his game planning is that good, and this is a short notice fight. I'm going to take the guy that's been in there more recently and more active, and, he's a good prospect. Underdog odds, 5 inches of reach over Alonzo Menifield. I like it. I'm going to take Julius Walker to knock out Alonzo Menifield in the first round. That'll be the official pick. Alright, next fight. Gene Silva versus Melsik Baghdasaryan. What a fight, man. What a fight. This is actually a crazy good fight. Gene Silva's a -600 favorite. Pretty close reach. Baghdasaryan's last loss was Josh Kulabau. Submission. I'm obviously going to pick Gene Silva. This guy's a menace. This guy's an absolute beast. Incredible. He's going to be barking at this guy and just... can't wait for this one. Everyone's picking Gene Silva to knock out Melsik Baghdasaryan, man. Yeah, and who am I to change anything up? I'm obviously going to pick Gene Silva to knock out Melsik I don't know. I could see a decision here, I'm not going to lie. I could see a decision here. Gene Silva did break his hand in his last fight. It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one to say. Maybe a submission. No. It's a tough one to say. I could actually see a decision here. I'm not going to lie. I could see the overhitting in this fight. Melsik is no chump. I'm going to go with a decision here, I think, for Gene Silva. I might like the over, and I think the money's going to be there. So I'm going to go Gene Silva by decision. That'll be the official pick. Next fight, Rob Font versus Gene Matsumoto. I don't think Gene Matsumoto's that good. He beat Brad Katona, yeah. Some of the punches Brad Katona was landing, if that's Rob Font Font's gonna knock out Gene Matsumoto, or at least knock him down, win a decision. We're gonna go with Rob Font. I think he's got a reach advantage. He's got the veteran experience, and I don't think he's out of it yet. He looked pretty good against Kyler Phillips. That's a great win to have. He lost to Figueiredo and Corey Sandhagen and Marlon Vera, but I don't think Gene Matsumoto's that good. I don't. He beat Brad Katona, Dan Argueta, and that's the extent of his wins. And he really didn't look good against Brad Katona. He's young. He'll get experience from this one, but Rob Font's going to win this by decision. That's the official pick. We're getting him at underdog odds apparently too. On to the co-main event. Brendan Allen versus Anthony Hernandez. A lot of people might not know this, a rematch from LFA. Anthony Hernandez won that one by decision. Went all 5. And yeah, Brendan Allen, he lost his last fight. He did. Imavov. But he was still in there as a 3-round decision. He was banging with Imavov. He was landing some good knees. He got outstruck every round, but I could see Brendan Allen getting into a position where he can submit Anthony Hernandez. Do I pick him because of that? I think Hernandez will win this fight. I think he's going to get the dominant positions. I like Anthony Hernandez's striking more than I like Brendan Allen's striking as well. I've been denying Anthony Hernandez. I've got to give him his flowers. He looked really good against Michel Pereira. Brendan Allen has probably fought the better competition. Imavov, Chris Curtis, Paul Craig, Pereira, Kopylov, Shabazi. Kopylov's pretty good. I'm going to go with Anthony Hernandez to win it by decision again. Maybe a split. Maybe it's close, but I think Anthony Hernandez still gets the nod here. It's tough. Brendan Allen could win this one. I don't mind an underdog pick of him, but I just think Anthony Hernandez is too well-rounded. I think everywhere, I think Hernandez's striking's better than Allen's. Allen might have more funky submissions under his belt and all that, but I think Hernandez's grappling most of the time is better than Allen's. In that first fight he was controlling Allen most of the time, and then there would be like a tricky leg lock or something where Allen throws up, and it's like, oh, can Hernandez get out of this one? I don't like picking a guy just for winging up submissions. I don't know. I think Hernandez is going to get it done, though. We're going to go with Hernandez decision is the official pick. And time for the main event of the evening. And guys, Cejudo is a plus 220. Before I say who I think is going to win this one, listen, Song Yadong's pretty good. I don't think he's ever lost twice in a row. He beat Marlon Moraes, lost to Corey Sandhagen by a cut. He was looking pretty good that fight, though, but a cut got opened up. Ricky Simone, he beat. Chris Gutierrez, he beat. Lost to Piotr Jan. His best wins are Chris Gutierrez and Ricky Simone and Marlon Moraes. Not bad wins, not bad at all. Henry Cejudo, though, I'm just saying, a plus 220 for a triple C. You guys see, I got the gold on the wall. I made sure to put it up in frame so you guys could see it. Me and Cejudo, we go way back, man. We both share gold medals. We're on the podium together. I think Cejudo's taking this, guys. I think he is a great underdog. It's not like Cejudo's out of it. Like, he's 38 years old, but Merab and Aljamain Sterling are his last 2 losses. And let's be real, that Aljamain Sterling fight, there's an argument to make that Cejudo's the rightful champion right now, you know? There is or I guess Merab still beat him, but there's an argument to make that Cejudo beat Aljamain Sterling in that fight. And he caught Merab on the chin, like most people do. You know, he had Merab on the ropes. People are acting like Cejudo's completely out of it. And, like, Song Yadong has been this unstoppable, dominant force. And it's like, we've seen Song Yadong get beaten before, you know? We see that Corey Sandhagen fight, yeah, it was close, but Corey Sandhagen was still hanging in there with him. It's not like Cejudo has like a massive reach disadvantage. It's like the same the same reach. He has apparently half an inch reach more. So there is a height disadvantage here, but I think Cejudo's gonna get this done. His wrestling's really dominant, and I just think he's at a different level than Song Yadong. You know, Song Yadong's good. I don't think he's bad or anything. I think he's been a pretty good fighter, but I think we've seen the peak of him for now. He's only 27. He has to make improvements, obviously. But this is a win for Cejudo that he needs, I think. Maybe Song Yadong catches him or something, but I think Cejudo is going to have the game plan to get this done. This is going all 5 rounds, though. We're going to see all 5 rounds. Cejudo wrestling Song Yadong. I think he's going to try to expose his wrestling. Cejudo's going to get this done, though. Decision, I think I'm going with. We're going to go with Cejudo, guys. Bend the knee to Triple C. That's the official pick. Oh, man. What did I do? I'm kind of scared. Anyways, that's the picks. Yeah. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We got a bunch of others. We'll be back here for more soon. Cejudo's winning, guys. Cejudo's winning. Please, Cejudo. Please, Cejudo. I gotta put out a prayer for my guy. Oh, man. Can't believe I just picked Cejudo. Anyways, you guys have a good one.